Thousands of years old, the majestic Alerce.
This is the oldest tree that we can visit here in the Pumalin Park. It's an Alerce. It's the grandfather of all these forests.
Tour guide Tommy Hidalgo spends the summer months showing visitors these formidable trees that are a national symbol in Chile.
So this tree is really important because it's 3,000 years old, and we need that the people when visit us don't touch it because there are not so many left in the world. If 60,000 people per year in the season touch them, then the color change and the bark it has damages. So we need that just to appreciate the tree, looking and not touching.
Overexploitation of these trees for construction led to the Alerce being declared a protected species in the 1970s. Those Alerces that remain in areas like this national park are the main attractions.
All of this is a really good inspiration for the young generations to come here and visit and protect this area, the Patagonia, because it's a unique place in the world.
Hidalgo is a tour guide in the south of Chile. He and his wife run a travel agency and this cafe in Chaitén, a small town on the edge of the Pumalin National Park.
It's growing, it's coming more and more tourists every year, so it's almost double the size every year, which is a bit scary, but I think since it's still isolated, it's going to be fine. And the people who come here actually come because they want to be here, not because they just can, because it's a really long travel. So I think it's going to stay nice like this.
Lotta and Tommy's food truck is a stop-off point for many backpackers to catch up on emails and gather information about their visit.
Pumalin Park, it has only areas where people can visit, but the mostly of the Pumalin Park people cannot visit. It's just for conservation.
Chaitén is a small village that is growing with the constant reminder of the 2008 volcano eruption.
Everything is slow here. You have to change that in your mind. The volcano was a break with how Chaitén was growing, and then many Chaitenians should move out of Chaitén, and maybe less than half of them came back to the town. And there are many new people like us, young people, that trying to make more things in touristic things.
Chaitén is the largest town in this southern region of Patagonia. It sits on the very edge of what is a unique experiment. Pumalin Park is no ordinary national park. The Tompkins Foundation privately owned this land, but in January 2017, Chile's president, Michelle Bachelet, formally signed the process that saw the foundation donate 400,000 hectares of land to Chile.
Con el traspaso al fisco de más de 407.000 hectáreas por parte de la Fundación Pumalin y otras entidades donantes, vemos nacer la Red de Parques Nacionales de la Patagonia.
Doug Tompkins was the millionaire founder of the clothing company The North Face. With his wife, Chris Tompkins, they set up the Tompkins Foundation decades ago. Doug Tompkins died in a kayaking accident in late 2015, but his wife continues their work. The foundation bought large tracts of land with the sole purpose of handing them over to the state for conservation projects. To this day, his wife Chris can be seen flying between parks to oversee their work. To find out more about the project before travelling south, I went to meet the foundation's director. The Tompkins Foundation is a shoes-off type of organisation which has a simple ethos.
You know, nature doesn't need us, but we for sure need nature to survive, and therefore we need to protect where we live.
Carolina Morgado is proud of the foundation's work.
Tompkins Conservation is a foundation which driving force is the creation, or I should say, helping to create national parks in Chile and Argentina. We have been working for 25 years and we have helped create 13 national parks so far with our donations.
And they are part of a movement in Chile to develop conservation. Chile launched the Route of Parks in 2019, thousands of kilometres joining 17 national parks in the south of the country.
We have a very, very high standard of conservation that puts us at the vanguard of conservation in the world in terms of percentage of the land, and therefore we have a tremendous opportunity to position Chile as a conservation country.
The Tompkins Foundation is based in Puerto Varas. South of here, the geography is made up of inlets and small archipelagos. To venture further south, it is either long ferry journeys and drives or alternatively by light aircraft. This is the jumping off point to visit the Pumalin Park. Erwin Gonzalez is the park administrator. Gonzalez oversees the employees and volunteers working in the park.
Pumalin nació con la idea, y bueno, y Douglas lo desarrolló de esa forma, en definitiva poder conservar todo el bosque templado lluvioso que existe en esta área. Y también tenemos íconos como el Alerce, que es un árbol emblemático, que puedes encontrar árboles hasta 3.500 años en el parque. Entonces, el objetivo fundamental es conservar todas estas especies para que sigan su proceso evolutivo y permitir de alguna forma ayudar a mitigar los efectos del cambio climático. La idea es poder incentivar a las comunidades a sentir un acercamiento a los parques nacionales y vean en ellos como un punto económico para desarrollar las comunidades aledañas.
The emphasis is on conservation of the ecosystem while integrating local communities, as Rodrigo Villablanca explained.
Este es el pueblo del Amarillo, 24 kilómetros de Chaitén, está en la ruta 7, hoy día la ruta de los parques. Este pueblo está conformado alrededor de 24 o 27 familias, ¿sí? Algo así, y viven entre 60 y 80 personas.
Villablanca arrived in Amarillo in 2008 to coordinate the Foundation's plan, which was to ensure a sustainable conservation project.
O sea, hacemos tres patitas de trabajo. La primera, que tiene que ver con conservación propiamente tal, que es la formación y creación de parques. La segunda, que es un proyecto social, intrínsecamente social, igual que la creación de parques, que tiene que ver con el proyecto de hermoseamiento y ruta escénica. Y el tercero, que es la creación o el mejoramiento de campos productivos, pero desde el punto de vista sustentable ecológicamente. Generamos pequeños procesos productivos, producción de fruta, producción de ovejas, y estos campos generan un buffer o una amortiguación entre el productor convencional y el parque. Entonces, estos tres elementos, el parque, el proyecto social, el proyecto de hermoseamiento y la creación de estos campos buffer, nos protegen el parque en sí.
We drove to see one of the small orchards, an example of their work. Villablanca says what is happening in this small town in the south of Chile is unique.
Yo creo que esto está mostrando al mundo que existe una salida. En un mundo donde todos estamos cayendo al abismo, tenemos la alternativa, no la hemos descubierto nosotros, solo seguimos la lógica. Es increíble acá en esta zona cómo la gente está cambiando su forma de producir, también en aporte de este sistema. O sea, creo que estamos siendo un ejemplo de cambio de producción como consecuencia de la conservación. Nosotros decimos siempre producción como consecuencia de la conservación y la gente ahora lo está entendiendo.
Locals have not always been on board with this project. There was strong opposition in this region and across Chile to the Tompkins Foundation buying up vast stretches of land in the south.
Pensaban que mínimo poco menos iba a ser una secta aquí.
Gonzalo Lopez and his wife Miriam are preparing lamb for a large group of tourists. They moved here some years ago when the Tompkins Foundation project was already underway. They say the work of the Tompkins Foundation has transformed the small town.
Ha aportado mucho. La mayoría de las personas, o generalmente todas las personas, quedan muy felices y contentas con el lugar.
The idea behind the project was never to help the town grow, but rather it was to improve the quality of life.
Muy tranquila aquí. Es la casa de puertas abiertas, nadie anda con rejas en las casas, porque felizmente todavía podemos tener un pasar tranquilo. Y eso es muy grato. Esto no es muy común y es muy grato de hacer eso, de que tengamos la libertad de poder andar tranquilo en la calle. Aunque bueno, hay una pura calle nomás, así.
Amarillo may only have one street, but it is the gateway to the Pumalin Park, and it is a pilot project for regional development.
After you see the experience in the United States, for example, where studies show you that for every dollar that you invest in a national park, there is between $6 and $10 back in the surrounded community. That's the way of looking at national parks as an investment more than expense. We believe that by investing in national parks in Chile, we have the opportunity to turn these national parks in engines, as I was saying, to the local economies. But not only because of economic reasons is very important, but also because we need the communities to be linked to the parks, because those communities are going to be the main guardians of those national parks.
The conservation project at Pumalin continues as families settle, nearby towns slowly grow, and intrepid visitors increasingly make their way this far south in Patagonia to see one of the great wildernesses in the world.